This 7-inch on purple transparent vinyl is heat sensitive. When you heat it up, it reveals who it is there, but it is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, also on the back. And we've also got a book that we're stocking now, the very latest by John Conrath. It just came out days ago, literally, and it is one of the first post-AI works of literature. If you look at all the titles of all the stories, it all does make sense, and it is the only work of literary fiction I know of, I'm aware of, that's sponsored by both Monster Drinks and the people behind Benadryl, but everyone's in here, Biohazard's in here, Motorhead's in here, Amish flea markets, ancient Macintosh computers. There's all kinds of interesting stuff, and also the Cleveland Indians, the story of how they eventually are going to be renamed the Cleveland Rocks. Waco, Texas is remembered, and there's some more Monster Energy drink stuff, and etc. Dolphins that can talk through ESP, and their narrative varies, but it's definitely recommended. We got a whole bunch of box sets, including this big, beautiful Velvet Underground Loaded. It's nice and heavy, and the Violent Femmes 40th anniversary edition of the cult classic Blister in the Sun and all, and Dio. This is numbered, I believe, and Atomic Rooster there, and St. Vincent if you like good guitar. Also, Joe Satriani, this is numbered. It's kind of clear, transparent blue vinyl. Excellent stuff. Of course, more good guitar there with Mr. Atkins, and Iron Maiden from 1980. This is the Parlophone, I believe, 2014 reissue. And TV Girl and Jordana. This is great stuff. Jordana and TV Girl are both on that new Millennium with George Clanton, which was, I believe, the record of the year last year. But this is the Summer's Over EP. It's single-sided. One side it's etched, and the other side is the whole EP. It's all good, beautiful alt Americana, sophistic pop, luscious echolalia. And this Misfits record, it's actually one side's 33 and one side is 45. And Pharoah Sanders, Karma. This is very much Exotica adjacent. Temple Quartz and Karmic Cream in the Bladed Grass Dew. Shadow Shapes, Shakers, Syndromes, and Soul Refinery Stations with Horse Communiques balanced on Cliff Edge, Breezewood Byway. Spiritual jazz is what we would call it. And the Waitresses. This was actually Patty's Donahue's graduation picture from high school, but this was part of that Akron, Ohio scene that was exploding in '82 with new wave pop rock that we're just now starting to understand. Sax rock with reggae high notes and Chris Butler's world-class songwriting, reissued in ruby red. And we got some conscious boom bap from literally a decade ago. And the Beasties here, this is all instrumental stuff from some of the big hits that you know, like Groove Holmes and more, Ricky's Theme, etc. And Death from Detroit from 74 to 76, some garage proto-punk. Also from Detroit, later out into the West Coast, it's Westbound Super Breaks. Of course, you know Funkadelic, but there's all kinds of other good vocal sugar, bang bap, drum trills, and other sample-friendly frosting frills on here. Let's see, the Detroit Emeralds, Fantastic Four. One of my favorites here is Spanky Wilson, Voice You Can Sing. And Ghetto Suite. This is pretty cool stuff. If you don't know the Canadian composer Galt McDermott, actually you do. He wrote Hair, all those Age of Aquarius, and all those other great hits. And this is Oregon Rain Cloud Curry, an exceptional Afro soul virtuosity. Good story too, and the liner notes are actually a fascinating read. And Creamy Mammy, the Magic Angel. This was the 83 to 84 TV season, very much beloved Japanese TV show. Takako Ota is a child who gets abducted by aliens and is able to turn into a teenager for a day. And of course, she comes with the magic wand, gives her singing powers. And these are all actually masterworks of J-pop, including Lonely Tropical Fish and Love Me Delicately. And Carrie, Pino Donaggio's excellent soundtrack. Even if you haven't read the book or seen the movie, this 2LP, it's so dynamic from 76. A rich unfolding tapestry, a lot of great youth feels of 70s America, total contemplative quilt with piano lovelies and more. It's almost like an American giallo, but highly recommended soundtrack. And actually, very sadly, Palisades Charter School, the high school where this was filmed, just burned to the ground a couple days ago. Here in Cleveland, we had stuff with the same accordion roof as that high school, like John Glenn over there in Seven Hills and on Hilliard Road in Westlake, and of course the TRW building in Lyndhurst. It doesn't take fires in Cleveland, they just tear down the good stuff. But Coltrane, Love Supreme, limited edition, colored vinyl, wordless modal hard bop, a new free language born out of worship and must, outlining unfailing the Love Supreme in stretched chords and sad street side trailings of big blues and greens. The graceful phantom pickup in the old car black and white photo and hard 1964 big winter bumpers. What a man has to do when faced with unending mass of gloried creation. Of course, a masterwork, and it's here, 11 to 6 on Saturday. TCY shop all the time. Subscribe to our YouTube. We do love those likes and comments. It keeps us going, so bring it on in.